All right, good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Tonight, we have with us Moy Dem. We have Jonathan and we have good old Jamal. Jamal is back again with us from international break. So we glad that he's here with us. Moy is repping his Benno Boys shirt. And we have Jonathan joining us for the first time here on Island Fans. And of course, Jonathan is, let me just tell you off the bat, Jonathan deserves respect just because he's an Arsenal fan. All right, Johnson deserves respect. So he's gonna join the conversation tonight. And really tonight we're just gonna go through some Newcastle stuff. We're gonna talk about some managers. We have some ins and we have some outs. And we're just gonna try and get through the night as best as possible. Moy, what's up?
I'm good. I'm good. Just little enjoyable international break today with big score lines.
Yeah, I saw some goals going in. I am excited to see Jamal. I'm excited to see whether or not Gabriel could get a look in tonight in that Brazil squad.
Hopefully. I mean, is a World Cup qualifier then for tonight? Or is it just a friendly?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
Yeah, well, maybe he might not get the start, but maybe off the bench if Brazil.
Yeah, well, all I'm hoping is that he stays fit.
Well, I'd rather him not play if that's the case.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And you know what, Jonathan, let me come to you because you know this was you good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this off the top of the bat because me personally, I didn't want Smith Rowe to go on international duty. Not that he's not ready. I just thought that he couldn't wait till next year, next international break. What are your thoughts on that?
For me, like, cause our squad is like so thin and young, I don't want to get any injuries whatsoever. So him going, and that's the worst thing for a player to go out on international break and get injuries. I didn't want that. So I think it's probably all England fans who are like, oh, he should be playing, da, 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 and all the other Arsenal fans internationally were like, yeah, we could keep them back. We don't need to send them off.
I'm saying, and let me just get in some of the comments. Jaleel is saying that until I ask for Josh, I don't know what Josh is. All right, when I ask for Josh, he say, that's what Ole do to you when you put your trust in them. He'll say good night, and Jaleel is saying, tell Josh, drugs and alcohol is not the answer. Jamal, this one is for you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I mean, when I was checked some of the scores this afternoon. I think I see Germany put 9 past somebody. Croatia put 7 past somebody. I think Portugal drew 0-0. Isn't it? I think I saw that. Portugal drew 0-0. So I mean, I don't really watch a lot of internationals. I just came home and I just got some rest today, but internationals are boring. Everybody.
I just followed on the score lines coming through.
So that's why we have to go with the Arsene Wenger proposal.
No.
International break.
No. Still an if on that one.
No. That's a big no for me. No.
Did y'all happen to listen to the video? Listen to that interview he had with Rio.
I did.
No, I didn't hear that.
He had an interview. Him and Arsene Wenger and Jill Ellis, I think her name is, with Rio, on the proposal for the World Cup every 2 years.
The only how I would accept that is if they cut out Nations League, whatever you call it, Confederation Cup, whatever you call that. That competition is dead, and you just have Euros and World Cup qualifier and World Cup. Because there's too much international breaks already. To have it every 2 years, that's too much. And we don't even care about half the international breaks that happen anyway. We don't watch those games. So why add in more and more and more? Not necessary.
Jamal, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, I said the Premier League clubs had a meeting yesterday or today, and they voted against it.
Yeah, all them.
They did not support the biannual World Cup. So I would assume that they would also hold their players back and say you can't play in the World Cup.
Okay.
All right. The only thing that I found interested in the whole stuff for the interview that he had with Rio is that they made a comparison between that and the Champions League. Champions League is every year, and you don't lose interest in it. So is they just I think they were saying they're trying to find a way for us if it's every 2 years to not lose interest. So it kind of be similar to the Champions League because you look forward to it every year.
Cut out all the unnecessary games. That's how it is. Cut out those unnecessary games.
I agree, but if you had bigger squads, it'd be a different question. Because you've got players like we're fans. We watch the game. We want football to be played every day. You could watch every day.
Every day.
But for players who are risking their bodies and injuries and all that sort of stuff, the average lifespan of a player will drop, and that is not good for the game of football, I would say.
Yeah, that's
I hear you. It's just in the proposal stage. I guess they can take some tweaks and so. But I'm not really on the 2 years World Cup. I'm in for the less international breaks. If we can somehow marry both, then I think I could get on board with it. Jaleel is saying Georgia beat Sweden. Yeah, that's a huge upset. I think I saw that. Jonathan, your volume needs to be turned up like Smith Rowe Skill says. So you can't hear you. The man still asked for Josh. The man said, "Get Josh on the show. Get Josh on the show." I'm scared. Let us know if you can hear Jonathan a bit better now.
Yeah.
All right. Really saying World Cup every year. Every year, 2 years going to eliminate Euros, Copa America, African Cup of Nations.
Liverpool would be glad for that.
I would like the African Cup of Nations to go. Let me tell you what. I'm dreading that so badly. Dreading it. He said that's what he wants. Eliminate all those competitions and just have the World Cup.
You can't do that. You can't do that though.
Yeah, because those competitions are big for those confederations. That's how they bring in their money as well.
Yeah.
And all you have to look at this as well too. Not only it brings in money for those different like CONCACAF or Africa or Euros, whatever, is countries that would never ever get the opportunity to win a World Cup, right? They are more likely to pull an upset in their regional tournaments. I think the other day Greece won a Euros. Like Greece ain't ever winning a World Cup anytime soon.
That's like a Leicester moment.
Yeah, to see a nation like lift their regional trophy, that's a big deal. So I say keep those tournaments, but cut out confederations. We don't need that. We don't need all these other international breaks as well too.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Julie Lizambo, he said those competitions are unique. We love them. Yeah, I really like Copa America. All right, guys, let's get into it. And the first one we're going to talk about is Gerrard to Villa. Good fit or not? Jamal, let's start with you because you're in the heart of it. You're right there in Scotland.
I'm sad to see Gerrard go from my club from around the corner. But I do think it's a. Do you think it's a step up or a step down?
It's a step up because it's the Premier League. Yeah. And I think that they will give him more money to spend, and he's in a more prestigious league. I think he can get well. Then you see, Jamal, it's the Premier League. However, can they make Europa League? Could they make the Champions League with Villa? That's where I'm questioning the move.
I don't think they can do it from this season. Plus, he left Rangers, who were in European competition, and on the verge of just coming off of beating Celtics 9-year streak, 9 or 10-year streak, and the trophies right after each other. It's kind of tough. I'd say it's a step down for him to go to Aston Villa, who are struggling at the moment. No European football. Just sold their biggest asset, and now trying to find their way back into the mid-table. Yes, like Julia said, the expectations at Villa are different, but why didn't he go to like a Leicester whose expectations would match Rangers? You can compete for the Champions League, you can compete for European places, winning the title here and there. But there's other clubs where I would say if he could have wait until Rodgers left to go to Leicester and Villa. Villa is a bit of a step down, and I do think that it's going to test his patience and test him as a up-and-coming manager, which is going to be tough for him.
Right. I see this as a move. I see him going to Villa to show the Liverpool owners, when Klopp time is over, I'm ready for that job. But in my mind, I'm just thinking that this could go horribly wrong, and then it eliminates him from getting that job. Does anybody else thinks that way?
Yeah,
The,
well,
but the
Right.
question too, what do y'all think is the where do Villa has to finish for it to be a successful season?
ooh,
Hmm.
where they at? Where they at now? How much points they got between them and like 10th place?
We just still have the table here. This is the latest table, right? Yeah, the 16th
Uh,
with 10
16,
points,
10 from 10, 10. Ooh. They're
10 from
5 points from
11.
the. They're 5 points
Hmm.
off the top half. So, ooh, I don't know.
I mean,
That's a
and
good
then
question, more.
coming 10th at least
Yeah.
should be good. I would say should be good at least. Because I don't think the expectation for them is to try and make you, I mean, to get into Europa League, because I don't see them finishing that way. But at least 10th place should be the to try set the goal where they should come at least. Because they have a quality team, you would say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then once you said
And
they
at the
should finish
start of
higher
this,
than, yeah, no, go ahead,
wait,
John.
yeah, at the start of the season, right? We look at Villa and all the players that they got. A lot of people were saying they spent their money well from Grealish. So I'm thinking, yes, it hasn't gone like United. Oh, they should be contending for title. Yes, it hasn't gone the way you thought it would be going. However, 10th is still kind of how the Villa season started. It's still kind of low for what I would have expected them to be able to do.
Right.
So I think it's a very big risk Gerrard is taking, and it's a very, very thin line before you reach failure. So I think what he's looking at is the greater risk, the greater reward. If I'm able to do something really good with Villa right now, I mean, what's
Right.
next?
But
I, that's an interesting way to look at it. Let me just see what Jaleel is saying here. He's saying all Gerald has to do with Villa, he stabilized them, no concrete position. With Leicester, the expectations might be a bit too high. He said he has to be in top 8 with Leicester. With Villa, top 14 is fine, and he can
Don't agree with
grow with
that.
them under the radar. At Leicester, the light will be on him, especially, and I do agree because Brendan Rodgers has been doing a lot with them and establishing Leicester to maybe let's call them top 8, top
yeah,
6, because they have been doing getting top 6 for the past couple of years. But let's just say top 8 to the top 8 team. If a manager comes in and give the fans less than that, it'd be a problem. But let me ask you guys: do you think that Villa was overachieving? Because last year I think they finished 11th
Yeah, they
or 10th.
finished 11.
11th, right? And the season before that they were in the top. They almost got relegated. So
Yeah.
last year was just a overachieving year. And 14th is their real place, or what?
No. I can't agree with that. Because last year they had really good players. Who was their goalkeeper again? Was it Nick Pope or something like that?
It's Emmy Martinez.
Martinez, they had a good goalkeeper. They had Tyron Mings in the back line. They have, what's his name, Fraser in the midfield. They had Jack Grealish. Now they have Ings, Bailey, this, same Mings, same Martinez, Elgard. They have good players. Ollie Watkins. They need to be pushing beyond 14th. I mean, if you look at the teams in and around 14th, 15th, Villa don't belong there. So Villa need to be in the top half of the table. If I'm Steven Gerrard, I'm telling them, you have the ability to finish in the top half. You're not where you belong right now. And it's only 5 points. It's 5 points. The season is still early. He can achieve a lot within that time. Plenty games there to go, and Villa have way more potential in the bag than what they're showing right now. I don't know what happened with Dean Smith because he did a really good job last year, but it didn't work out well, so be it. But there's a lot more Villa can do this season, in my opinion.
Right? Well, like Jamal was saying on the last show, I think it was Jamal. He lost Grealish, and that's a big loss. They tried to fill that gap with Buendia, Danny Ings, and there was another guy who they bought. Where's they bought? Bailey.
Leon.
Bailey. Yeah,
Bailey.
they tried to fill the gap. Bailey has been injured. Ings is now injured, and Buendia hasn't hit any farm, really and truly. He the man said D Smith is a fraud. I said D Smith is a fraud. Jamal, let me ask you before we move
You
on
can't
from
say
this.
that it's a fraud.
Just
Yeah,
give me a feel of you don't think he's a fraud.
no,
The
I
real
just
fraud is Brendan Rodgers, by the way. But anyway, whatever.
I can get behind that. I can get behind that. But Jamal, I wanted to ask you, give me a feel of what the impact Gerrard made at Rangers. Because I think I have this stats here from his invincible season. His invincible season with Rangers last year. And this is what? 38 games played, he won 32. He drew 6, no losses, scored 92 goals and conceded 100 and conceded only 13.
Yeah, yeah.
Conceded only 13. And he had 26 clean sheets. Didn't lose a game at home, and he amassed a total of 102 points. So just give me a feel of Gerrard's impact on Rangers before we move on.
It'd be interesting to see how that compares to Wenger's invincible season. Yeah, I think Wenger won less games, but it's a lower league, you could say.
Exactly. Much lower league.
Yeah, no, the competition is far much lower. I think there's less teams in the league as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, to break Celtics on streak, you can't say that's a light feat. And he's been in the Rangers job for what, 4 years? 4
Is that?
years? Yeah, I think he's been there for a while.
Okay.
So he has had his time to build this team up and get his players out, get his players in, and it's a real transformation around the whole of the league, you would say, because like I said, Celtic was just winning everything, Champions League, the whole city was turning to Celtic, and Celtic as a savior. Whenever you'd have big teams come into town, you'd go over to the Celtic Park to watch the game. But then now, when Rangers have a game on, you walk down the street, everybody's in Rangers shirts, going to the games, singing at the pubs and everything, because there's just a fanfare around Rangers. So I do think he transformed the whole thing, the whole structure of the club, really, for the good of the city. And he can do that at Villa, but it's going to be a tough job.
All right. Okay. Well, that was going to be my next question, guys. One word answer, yes or no. Can he have that same impact on Villa? Moy?
Nah.
No. You said no. Not really, guys. Look at this name. Hey, look. Okay. Jonathan. Can Gerrard do this at Villa?
Of course not. Talking about unbeaten season. No.
Okay, well, not the unbeaten season, but just the impact. Could he turn the season around for Villa?
Yes, he can turn the season around. But
You think so?
Impact as he had at Celtic on Villa, but he can turn the season around.
All right, fair enough. Julie is saying him. It showed last year Grealish was the only reason he did well. He has better team and can't utilize them. Lack of coaching. Sharissa is saying good night. Hope everyone is doing okay. Is Jonathan new? Yeah, Jonathan is new. And Sharissa just letting you know he's an Arsenal fan. Okay? He's an Arsenal fan. He doesn't support the Wales team that you support. Okay?
Mood.
And it's just coincidental that Sharissa is in the comment and they're then joking. I'm just saying. Alright? Conte has unbeaten season with Juve as well. Only Arsenal fans brag about invincibility. Oh, come on. Invincibility is something to brag about. Come on, Jaleel. Joy have the people them cracking up. Hashtag for the night, concern. Oh no, look at this. Oh my, look. Why send for he for no Jack? Why send for this one if boy? Okay. Alright. Okay, let's jump to this one, fellas. Eddie Howe to Newcastle. It's a good appointment or not? Yes or no?
Right. I think it's probably like a last ditch. I like a last ditch effort. Like Nuno to Tottenham. I think it's something like that. I see it as they don't know what which way they're trying to go as yet. Because they was looking on Emery, then no Emery, so they went to Eddie Howe. That's like a way low effort below.
All right, I mean, O'Neill's saying good appointment. He's saying he like how. Okay, all right. Then man Johnson, the man trying to find out who you are.
Actually,
Dale is asking who he. O'Neill, tell him, you know why I send for O'Neill for now. Munchie, the man trying to replace you. And Jonathan, tell the fans who you support.
I have been an Arsenal fan since I was in my mother's womb. I I remember the first time I saw a team go invincible, which was Arsenal. I have clear memories of that time. Um, what else? I remember lifting those FA Cups. I remember the beautiful Arsene Wenger. There's no other team better than the mighty Arsenal, and I'll be forever Arsenal for the rest of my life. Unlike some
Forever
flip-flop fans,
Arsenal.
unlike some flip-flop fans around the place, lurking around here.
This man just coming to trip on different people, boy. Yeah, that's easy.
Some boy does back Liverpool.
Hey, y'all stop traveling. Cause remember other people in here have two teams now.
Who
I will not support that. I will not support that.
Hey,
All right.
the two teams are not in the same league. Okay, thank you.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm also a Barcelona fan. But
But what about those? What about those people
in the
who
Champions
just
League
been
come
alleged that they support two teams from the same league?
No, that doesn't make sense to me.
Plastic.
It's not a real fan. Fake
Plastic.
news.
Okay, I can leave that for when Munchie come on the show. I will not say anything else about that. O'Neill could never. I mean name on it on the show. So that means he can't get stuck. Sharice is laughing. He say he hear depression in his voice. The boy was in his mother's womb trying to commit suicide. Big stuff. Arsenal fan just said he win FA Cups. What's wrong with that? FA Cups is not a trophy. Don't kill me. That boy can't remember any PL. The man say he was 5. Okay. The boy just said he remember FA Cups. I'm dying. Jonathan, you had a man in the comments going tonight. But Lord them. So then go on with the Arsenal stuff.
I don't care what they say. Arsenal is a big club that wins trophies even when they're in bad patches. What other club can say so? United can't say so. Tottenham definitely can't say so. City could never say that. What other club? Maybe Liverpool. That's a good point. Maybe Liverpool can say they win trophies in down patches, but only Arsenal and them can't say that. So they'll come with me and foolishness. And then man who does the glory hunting around the place and just anyway start
Hi.
Where you find Jonathan from? Because this man coming
You've been missing.
Yo,
Right.
Jonathan don't seem like a flop like Sancho. The man adjusted the environment quick.
How you mean? Ramsey don't mean name no.
Oh boy, here the boy, Ramsgate. Jonathan, and here we call him Ramsgate, okay? Ramsgate. Yo, the man only Jonathan, the man like the energy. The man like the energy. Well, Jonathan, this is what skills say. This is our tagline for the show. Jonathan, shut up. Right? That's our tagline there for the show. We win trophies, but we in only zone. The banter will be better. The banter will be better. You know, we certainly love banter around here. All right, guys. Now, okay, let's stay here. We on Ole Zone. Rio Ferdinand, one of the biggest, and I think he was mean. Everybody remember the video with Ole going around, slamming down the paper. Sign him up, sign him this, give him what he wants.
Ole at the wheel.
Right, that's it. United at back, Ole at the wheel. Exactly what he said. But now he's saying, hey, you don't look like he can take us anywhere. The wheel is falling out. Guys, Joe, talk to us.
Bro, like, it's serious when Rio is changing his stance, because Rio was probably the biggest advocate for Ole in football. And I mean, like Rio the other day, he tried to be slick with it because he tried to like say it, like quickly and just get it over with. And he was like, he thinks it's time, maybe it might be time for Man United to get someone else at the helm. Rio, Ole has been a good servant to the club.
Yep.
Oh boy, this is crazy. But
okay, so, go ahead, Joe.
At the time when Rio went on his rant, I mean, I think there were a lot of United fans also that actually believed that Ole was the chosen one. So, Oh, how the
Okay,
tables turn.
so then there are rumors now. There are rumors now. Let me just O'Neal is saying Ferdinand doing his own club. The man Jonathan, the man say hope he don't go missing like Josh. Um, but he said, but thanks for saying earlier, fraud. Jali was one of what? Jali was one. He wanted Ole.
Pull
He
it
was
in.
Ole. Okay, all right. So there are rumors that Brendan Rodgers have have agreed to go to United, but he's gonna wait until the end of the season. Where do you guys stand on that? Do you think that
Let,
would be a good move, a
yes,
sideways move, a
fantastic.
step up? Could he perform better with this Man United team?
It's a fantastic move, Manchester United. It's continuing their trend of failures as managers, overrated people who just have these periods of
I love this guy.
form, but they can't produce on the big stages. Liverpool, look at the last time Brendan Rodgers was at a big club. The man was 3-0 up at Crystal Palace, right? And his team give away 3-0 lead and lose the title. What you have to say about
Yes,
that?
yes, yes.
Brendan Rodgers can't win squat, and I am very happy, I must say. These have been very good times watching Manchester United get 5-0, and I really hope they still have the same manager when we play them. But anyway, I won't say nothing about that before get clipped or anything like that. But anyway, but seriously, Brendan Rodgers is not the caliber of manager Manchester United should be going after. And people going to say, well, who is the next option? That's their fault. They should have gotten Conte when they had the chance. You were never going to get Zidane, and that was obviously clear. The man said he wanted to wait for a France job, and why would Zidane even take a risk to go to Manchester United? It doesn't make sense. You're never going to get the man. You should have gotten Conte, you make him go to a rival, and now you're scraping the bottom of the barrel to people like Brendan Rodgers, who I believe doesn't have the
Wow.
consistency to perform at a job at the level of Manchester United. That's just facts.
Jamal is smiling up there. You agree?
Yeah, I agree. I agree that Brendan Rodgers is not the level of a top four manager, and I mean top six if we're looking at it at the moment. But Jonathan was right. You should have gone for Conte when you had the chance. Zidane's not gonna come. Is Allegri still out of a job? Is he still waiting,
He's
or is
with
he?
Juve right now.
That Juve.
No, Allegri is with Juve. He went back to Juve.
Okay. You see, everybody's taken now. So unless you go back in for Mourinho to have a stopgap,
Yes,
I'll go
please.
back to Fergie.
or they can take Emery. You know they like chaos.
Facts. Facts.
Moy, where do you stand on this?
I mean, let me just start. I think I could understand why some United fans would be saying that they wanted Ole in at first because I mean he came he finished second, even second last season, managed to get them to like a Europa League final. I think anybody would basically big up their manager for that because it's an accomplishment. They get to the final at least. But then I think United fell short here. I think they were probably trying to figure out see if he could get to these run of games. But they end on that part they end up missing out on Conte, which is a big loss for them. Because there's not enough top tier managers as I would say that United are looking for. And I think that's the only thing that is saving Ole from his job. To stay in his job at the moment. Because there's no one there to replace him.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Just a quick point. When people say Ollie made it to the Europa League final, let's remember because he got kicked out of the Champions League. First and foremost, okay? He was only in that final because he got knocked out of the Champions League. The team Solskjaer has is good enough to be than where it is now. Okay? Let's all acknowledge that. Both this year and last year too. And second of all, the last one I make. Solskjaer is so bad, he's so crap right now that people are only like, okay, Brendan Rodgers looks good because Brendan Rodgers has a style of play. That's all United fans want right now. They just want an improvement on what they got. It's so bad, which I love to see. Love to see it. It's so bad that they just want what's the next step above it. Not looking for what we really should
They
have.
just want some consistency. I mean, I can agree with that. I can agree with them. All right. O'Neal is saying, I think he's talking about Jaleel. Jaleel was screaming when they beat PSG. O'Neal top company media and spread propaganda that body they lie see. And he say anybody, he don't matter. He don't matter. Dale saying stats Joe, they were way unbeaten run have the Man U fans believe they were gonna qualify for the 2026 World Cup. Man said, Kaja, better than Ole. That boy called me saying, let's go. Give him what he wants. Legend. Okay. There's a bunch of people that say better than Ole. Lenny better than Ole. Shaq better than Ole. Of course, I mean, that's not the question. Wait, drink it time. But wait, nobody in here for defend United. More them. The man said more them better than Ole. The man said all United fans resigned from the show. It's facts. We don't have United fans here. It's true. Jamal better than Ole. Joe, you better than Ole. Jonathan, you better than Ole. The man said, go back to Van Hal. Moy, stop lying. Chups, Moy. The only reason they want help stay because he scored a goal in 99.
That's true.
They gotta wait and get Ten Hag. That's a good name. We won't touch on that. Let me just finish up the comments. Too much fans love Monday United. What? Who is Jonathan? Man, he's saying that them man them love or something like that. Boss, this guy is talking sense. Get him off the show. What you see? Saw that guy Johnson spitting. See, Johnson's fact. Johnson's making facts. Bring back Josh now. Johnson, you got too much facts for them. They can't handle it. All right, keep Johnson. Never bring back Josh. Keep one of them only.
The man said never bring back Josh. See, Josh,
let me say something, because I think Rio mentioned this, and we talked about it on the show too, that the whole thing with Ole not being animated and showing that he wants to run the dressing room. And I think Rio made it comparison saying before, like they could not be on the field and go act like they don't want to run, because when they reach back, Fergie would give them a lot of words for it. And he also been saying that it doesn't seem like they have any leadership, because you have Maguire, that is the captain, and I think he pointed out something at the half. I think he said Bailey was running down the tunnel, and Maguire stopped him or something, and then he just shrugged off. He just shrugged off Maguire and something like this. He was like, there's no discipline in there to see like where's the leader coming from. Everybody's just doing their own thing.
The only thing I'd say here, more in response to that, I can see where they may be questioning whether or not there's a leader there, is because when you look at Ole, when you look at Carrick, even Ronaldo, they are played together. So they're friends. So I mean, which friend is going to say? I don't understand it. It'd be interesting to understand the dynamic in the dressing room, because they are all friends, and see whether or not they can say, "Yo, a trippiness you do." When anybody can talk to Ronaldo and tell you a trippiness you do. That's a dynamic that I would love to understand. Boss, I saw what KDB said today, and okay, you know what? Good point. Let me ask you guys, and I have it here. KDB said the day before. Let me just pull down this comment here, guys. The day before a game, we usually train tactically based on how the opponent play. Before United, Pep said we don't know how they're going to play, and we stop training after 10 minutes.
No, I don't. That's a lie.
You don't think he said so?
No, that's for media.
I got that feel that maybe his words were taken out of context.
That's a media gimmick. There's no way you can have a big game as United and then not train the day before.
Or maybe they didn't train tactically.
Maybe they didn't train tactically. Maybe Pep said we don't know how they're going to set up, so we're going to set up our way.
Right.
We will break them down our way. It's not. I doubt that they didn't train and stopped training after 10 minutes.
Yeah, it could go both ways, like the way Jamal said, or it could be true.
No, but if you lost the game, do you think you would have come out and said that?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just interpreters like, okay, we don't know if they're going to come with a 3-back or they're going to come with a 4.
Exactly.
The same formation like it is. So let's try and figure out our way to play, and then we go with our game plan intending to be strong and win.
True. So it could be a case where the media just twisted his words internally as per usual, because all the man could be saying is not that we didn't train, but as he said, they usually train specifically for each team. But based on the fact that they didn't know how United was going to play, they didn't train, tactically for United. They just probably just had a regular training session and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to play City back.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. What could be lower than that? Them guys on the blue side don't respect you all. Jamal, you know he was gonna say this. Jamal,
Watch what he
Jamal
said.
didn't train. He said he believed it. He said that Jamal United accounts posted it. I saw the session and it lasted 9 minutes and 59
Now listen,
Yeah,
Munchie's Facebook feed cut off for 9 minutes and 59 seconds.
Yo, Mungie site on the official City website, so y'all leave
facts.
Yo,
my fellow City.
yo,
Y'all leave
I'm
my
saying,
fellow
look,
City friend alone,
yo,
okay?
y'all wilding. Let's jump to that because y'all wilding tonight, boy. Munchies, yeah, real Munchies in the summer done 1 second before 10 minutes. This is madness. Can David Moyes would produce better results as a bigger team with better resources? We see what he's doing. We see what he did at Everton. We see what he's doing at West Ham. Yes, there was I think it's Sunderland and the Real Sociedad. Those weren't really good appointments for him. But we saw he had a consistent run, consistent finish, maybe about top 5 when he was at Everton. And look what he's doing now with West Ham. Let me just ask the question this way: Should David Moyes have gotten more time at United and given more resources as the other managers have gotten after him? Anybody? Let's start with Joe.
Bro, here we say, right, almost everybody deserved more time than Ole. Moyes won a community shield. That's a lot more than Ole has won. I mean, realistically, though, you have some managers that are just made for particular types of teams, like particular level of teams. I think, for me personally, I just think that Moyes is one of those types of managers. I think Moyes is one of those managers that will go to an average team, a mid-table team, and get the best out of them and overachieve. But if you give him a big team and you give him resources, he probably won't know what to do because he's never had that much resources given to him where he can do this, he can do that. He's more accustomed to being at teams where, you go, this is what we have. You might get a 50 mil, see what you can buy with that, try. And you can't splash that 50 mil on one guy. You have to spread that between 2, 3, 4 guys. You understand? 8 mil there, 12 mil there, or whatever, and then make the best of it. So it is a possibility that maybe given more time, he would have gotten something, to get at United. But at the same time, at the time when he was fired, it was understandable because there was really nothing going on for him. And then not just that, one of the things that had annoyed me about Moyes when he went to United was the first thing he did when he went there was try to basically bring Everton to United. Because the first thing he tried to do was sign Fellaini and Baines. That's the first thing he tried to do. And Everton sold them Fellaini but refused to sell Baines. So that in itself for me was already like a disaster. Because I'm like, yo, you're going to a bigger club. Yeah, a lot of managers go to newer clubs and they maybe bring a 1 player or 2 players there. But you literally just went back to your old club and tried to grab your 2 best players to bring. So you kind of already knew what your plan was. And I think from there, everything just went downhill for him.
All right. Anybody else want to chime in here?
I think David Moyes, he strives on a team that would consider themselves as underdogs per se, and that he has players that would fight because they would have to fight more to come into the top 4. I think that's his type of players.
I agree. I can see that.
Okay.
Right,
Do you think that he looked back at his time at United and his mistakes and thought, should I change everything? And that's what he's done.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
Because even the game against Liverpool, he made a few tactical adjustments in game and at halftime, because he was speaking about everything in the post-match interview. So, it shows that he has improved even further than he was before.
So it could be just that he, improved as a coach.
So he's matured. All right.
So you at United, Jamal, would you give him a second shot?
No.
Okay.
Oh no, I
Not,
wouldn't do that.
Man
not
said
United
that.
at the
Man
moment.
said that no abruptly.
Yeah, because United need a big name at the moment. One who can bring that dressing room together. One who can, like a Conte, like we were saying earlier,
Mhm.
someone who can give the players a kick who needs it, not arm around the shoulder anymore. Like someone who is around the training and all that sort of stuff, but like someone who's fearful. Like you come in and you're not about to make any jokes, or the younger players are not making any jokes in training or nutmegs and
Mhm.
all that stuff. You're trying to win games and not have fun.
Okay, so then that being said, let me throw someone at you then. Take Morris out, take Conte out, take Brendan Rodgers out. Give me give me three ideal candidates for the United job right now.
Off the top of my head, that's hard.
Once you call anybody name, that man say good now.
But Jamal, you're so shocked.
Like a Gattuso, somebody who come in and just be like, "Yo, this whole thing needs to just shut down."
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
That's also not too defensive United like.
No, agreed. Yeah. But I'm
In
talking.
terms of personality.
Yeah, but I'm talking man management here, not tactically, because you can man manage the team with Ronaldo and all these good players in there to get results.
But that's all he's supposed to be good at.
So then,
Well,
what you think about the
he's
Tim
clearly
Hag?
not. He doesn't even talk to his players on the sideline.
So what you think about like the Ten Hag hype in terms of him becoming United manager? Like even somebody like a Nagelsmann.
I agree, but these coaches are more long term decisions. They're not. Did you remember they're gonna come up from like Ten Hag would come from where Ajax?
Mhm.
Right.
That's a big step up to the Premier League, Manchester United in the Premier League. That's a lot of weight on your shoulders. So
Sure.
everything's not gonna change overnight. Same with what happened with Ole. Everything's not gonna change overnight. It's gonna take a while, and it's another long term plan. Can United afford another long term plan? Is the question.
Sure.
All right. When you're saying, "Lol, kill that David Moyes talk." That boy just Big Sam if he was eating Subway. Only you would say those things. The man said Moyes is a fraud. I never forget the time. Real. Right.
I think we're going to need a fraud list at the side because
It's
just
facts.
look back
It's
now. You know
facts.
much people
It's
O'Neill and them
facts.
man say is a fraud. We need to
It's facts.
write down.
Yeah, we gotta work with that for real. One just add them every week. I have fraud list update. I never forget the time Rio said he came to training a day and asked the whole team what they want to do. West Ham playing hype right now. David Moyes, what's what in Pedro's? That boy even okay, okay, let me see. The man say almost relegated social that boy ain't better than Dean Smith, the fraud himself. Munchie saying bring back Fergie. He say okay, they answering your question, Joe. 1 Ten Hag, 2 Luis Enrique, and 3 Valverde. He and Munchie saying Joaquim Low. That's an interesting one.
I think Munchie's taking the piss.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. And then for me, Ten Hag is a good shout, but like Jamal said, it's somebody who's going to have to come in and then you're going to basically start from scratch again. Luis Enrique, I think there would be too many changes required because Manchester United do not play his style of football. Luis Enrique is more a manager you would bring into a City or an Arsenal based on the style of football that we play already. He would come in and fit right in. But Luis Enrique is also a guy who wants money. So more like a City. Valverde, yeah, I actually agree with Valverde because I think that he would fail. So yeah.
Okay. And on that note, guys, let's get to the last thing that we have here to do. Let's just take a rundown, guys. We're gonna go through all 19 because we're not gonna do Newcastle all night. Well, the 19 Premier League teams, and just take one player, one realistic player from that team we think that can go to Newcastle next summer. All right. So we want to start with, of course, the greatest, the best. So I'm the Jonathan. Jonathan, what do you do? Lock off your light, boy. All right, let's start with Arsenal, guys, and we're gonna go. Just
Hold
give
on
me a
there, hold
name.
on there.
Give me a name, Moy, and we go on to not Jonathan, Jamal. Then John. Hopefully by then, Jonathan is back. All right. Too much J's on the show. That's the problem.
Jonathan or somebody.
Okay. So Moy from Arsenal. Who are you thinking?
I had two names per se. I had Holding and probably
Interesting.
like a Granite Xhaka.
Ooh. Okay.
What was the Xhaka?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Jamal, you go.
I got 4. I got Pepe. They can take Pepe to be honest. Imagine Pepe and Saint-Maximin. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, big
Yeah,
one.
Jonathan, we can hear you.
Pardon? You can hear
We
me?
can hear you.
Oh, okay, all right.
I got
You can't see you though.
Yeah, my camera giving me some problems, so I just have to
Okay, bro. Do you
roll
think?
it.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
bro.
There we go.
Man, she gone.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Jamal.
Yeah, Kolasinac, Elneny, and Eddie and Katia.
You just ready for giving the whole squad.
They can take all of them. And the Holmberg,
Hey,
Holding, and Chambers as well. Go ahead.
the man not leaving out Eddie for nothing, no.
I hear you. Julian is saying Lacazette. Only is saying Maitland Niles. Jonathan, the man show you, yeah, boy. Go ahead, Joe. What do you think?
Bro, I have a few players actually. The top of my list is El Neni because I mean El Neni is not the greatest player, but I think he's a good servant to the club and a team like Newcastle trying to get things together to stay up. And then he's the kind of player that will come and run for 120 minutes if you need him to. So El Neni, the Maitland Niles I agree with based on the fact that he's not going to really get, unless there's injuries, he's not going to get the game time that he wants at Arsenal. So, I mean, it's a good shout, to be fair. And yeah, you're not going to like this, but I actually agree with Jamal with the Pepe. Like, if the man spend Khan, then Rich, listen, spend 72 for Pepe, give me 60, I cut my last.
Can't move
Then
on.
they can take Pepe, Kolasinac, Rob Holding.
Joe, stop. That man say Newcastle trying to build a dynasty, not a comedy show. So basically, the man said, "No, what Elneny are you talking about? Manchester Leno. I think
That's a bad shout though.
Elneny even bit hard.
No,
This
we keep Leno. We need to get to that stage where we're a big club and you have two big goalkeepers. When you're bringing out a centre back, you have another big centre back that can come in and replace him. So for me, we keep Leno for now. And then when you watch the cup games, you can see that Leno has been trying to work on his distribution and everything. Sometimes competition does that to you, pushes you to work on your weaknesses. But yeah, a whole thing the man can go now because
but then sorry, I was wanting to pick one.
One. Listen,
just pick one. A good signing for Newcastle because, like the man said, they're trying to build something. So what would be a most
I can't pick one. I have two. It's either Rob Holding, because on his day he's a decent centre back, or if you give me 60, walk it Pepe. And again, Pepe is still my boy. I can still support Pepe when he go up on the field. But if you get, listen, Shaq, if somebody bring 50 right now for Pepe, I sell him.
No, I mean I agree, and then we can go bring him up. I don't have a problem with that. Jonathan, who would you choose?
Who would Newcastle realistically go after? That's tough one, you know. Maybe Niles.
I have Maitland Niles and I have Shaka written down here as well. All right, let's
I
jump
don't.
to quickly. Let's jump to. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
those two for me. Yeah.
Right,
Shaka,
let's
Shaka and
jump.
Naz.
Shaka,
I
Shaka,
have Shaka and Ainsley.
Jaka.
bro. Where can Shaka over? They can teach the man how to fight.
Well, maybe
How
they
you
need
mean,
fighting
boy?
lessons. Or we can send class in a street, you know.
You see how
Facts.
Jaleel is saying that we need to, like you were saying, like can improve them. Every
Right.
player that you just called can improve that Newcastle side. So I don't know what you're
Yeah,
saying.
that's facts. That's how bad they are. That's facts.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. All right. Aston Villa. I have two. I'm sorry. John McGinn and Douglas Luiz. Go ahead,
I
Moy.
would have gone with Tyrone Mings. I think they need a centre back at least. I
Yeah,
don't know.
he trash. Go ahead, Jamal.
For Villa, I've got Tyrone Mings and McGinn as well. Even
Tyrone
even
is trash.
even Martinez. I mean, I think Martinez would jump for the money. To be honest.
Yes.
I love those.
I mean, Rick Martinez, no. Let's go. APB. Your turn.
Bro, you mean a rate, man. I don't have a personal problem with Emmy. He just chat about Arsenal too much, so I know he left for.
And that's my problem.
You know?
Okay. Go
But
ahead.
he must have burn out his heart to see how Ramsgate is going right now. But that's cool. For me, I actually had Tyrone Mings as well, and yeah, I actually had Mings as well because as much as you say Mings is trash, right? Mings has that leadership type of thing that you want in your backline. So I think
But I think why I'm sorry there, Joe. I think why I'm frowning on it is because I think I have better defenders here that they could get for other teams. So maybe that's why. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay, fair enough. And I think you also want to bring in, so you're bringing Mings, but you also want to bring in young upcoming talent. So I was actually thinking about that kid Ramsey.
Okay, Jacob Ramsey, right.
Yeah.
Right. I doesn't Mings better than Lascelles? After that, I would ask. That's a good question. But
But then
let's
who's
carry on.
the other defenders though?
Let's push the story. Let's push the conversation on, and let's go to Brighton. Because at Brighton, what about Dunk? Dunk would be better than Mings, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't see Dunk leaving Brighton though.
No.
To
Okay.
go to Newcastle. I mean, I think Lamptey could be a shout there too.
I have Lamptey.
And maybe Trossard.
Honestly, my first name is the goalkeeper. I think Sanchez could improve them.
Oh.
But
Okay.
if it's Emmy over Sanchez, I choose Emmy over Sanchez. So I could see where y'all are going with that. Go ahead, there, Jamal.
I've got Mape and Cucurella.
Ooh.
Thank you.
And didn't anybody go for Lamptey?
More did.
More. You said Lamptey. Okay. All right. Joe, you can go.
Yeah, I actually have Trossard and Cucurella.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually my pick.
Trossard is a baller.
Yeah,
Trossard is a baller.
And Cucurella gives you that same threat that you have with Saint Maximum on the other side.
On the left, yeah.
Yeah, so it's perfect.
Okay. He's saying Bissouma. Why I didn't put Bissouma here? And I'll be honest, because I think Bissouma, like Bissouma said the other day, he's the best midfield in the Prem.
Exactly.
So I'm thinking that.
Yeah, that's a step down for him, right?
What you said, Jamal? I didn't hear you.
You think that's a step down for him?
Right. So I'm thinking he's looking one of them top 6 teams. That's why I didn't put Bissouma.
Bro, I didn't say
Brentford.
Bissu because in my mind, Bissu plays for Orange FC, so my bad.
So he done sign. He just signed. Okay, let's go to Brentford, guys. I only have one name here, really, and that's Tony. I think he's an ex-Newcastle player as well.
And he for me, he fits like the Newcastle, the modern time Newcastle striker, where you like bully and heading capability. I think he's quick to and stuff like that. So I think he would do decent at Newcastle. Yeah, Ivan Tony. Yeah, that's a good shout.
That's the only name, right, guys? And you agree with that?
I actually have what's the guy name again? Jensen.
Okay,
Defender.
that's a defender.
Yeah, I actually have him too.
Look at this.
Because he's solid. Oh,
He is solid.
The
David
kid.
Raya.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's a vibe. I
Yes.
can go with that.
Yes, O'Neal. This is true. That's facts. Let's go to let's do Burnley. And this is why I said I had better defenders. Because I think Tarkovsky could go on better Newcastle.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I have Tarkovsky and I have McNeil. What you guys say?
The white
I
team.
think they could. I think they could tempt. It's Burnley instead, right?
Burnley, right?
I think they could tempt. They could afford to tempt Nick Pope too.
I think Nick Pope. I don't rate Nick Pope as much as other people do, though. I think they're better goalkeepers than Nick Pope are.
It's
Fair,
only because
that's
I
fair.
say FIFA, I like Nick Pope.
Right.
What?
Only because of Ultimate Team. That's what I say. Nick Pope.
Oh,
Yo, Nick Pope, OP no in the Ultimate Team.
Go ahead, dear Jamal.
I've got Pope as well.
You have Pope. Okay.
Pope
Okay.
and Cornet, Maxwell Cornet.
Yeah, he's been a revelation for them. Really bright spot. Guys, this was a bit tough for me. Chelsea.
Oh, that's easy.
You think so? Go ahead.
Ziyech right away.
Oh, yeah, I have Ziyech. But I have Loftus Cheek and possibly Gallagher. Because I don't think he wouldn't make Chelsea's midfield next year.
Conor Gallagher.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
Maybe Alonso or Chilwell, one of the two.
no, not Chilwell. I don't think Chilwell.
Nah, I don't think Chilwell's gonna go.
O'Neal is saying Werner. He says Ziyech. He says Barkley.
Barkley, facts, yeah.
Newcastle no
They're not getting RLC. Okay, he's saying Gallagher. Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I'm
bro.
thinking about Loftus
I mean-
Cheek. I was thinking about Loftus Cheek, but I don't think it would be smart on Chelsea's end. So I was more thinking. Barkley. Yes, sir. Hi, party. Yo, at the 15th, that man see the club open no more. At the 15th, take it easy. I was
Sorry
actually
about that,
thinking about Pulisic.
Oh, okay.
I was actually thinking about Pulisic,
Oh,
but apart
injury
because
prone.
I mean Pulisic isn't featuring that much. Even when he's fit, he's coming off the bench. So I was actually thinking about Pulisic, and I was also thinking that maybe this might be an unpopular opinion, but the first person that came to my mind for Chelsea was actually Kepa.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like it's like a second chance for him.
Oh,
That's the
Joe, you
first
got
person
the
that
names
came to
there, man.
Yeah, that's the first person that came to
Oh.
mind. Too.
Well, for me, right? For me, okay, this is what some of the names they are calling. Newcastle, they need to remember their fans are watching this as well too. They have money. I'm not saying they're able to pull some big names now. But the type of players that you sign need to inform how you intend to move going forward. So I think Gallagher was a good shout. People like Zach is a decent enough shout. Emi Martinez. I think when he started going around with Kepa and who else we said? Them kind of people.
No, but Kepa is really young. Kepa is still real young, no, bro. And
But I think-
Kepa is a
I
good
think-
goalkeeper.
He's a
He
good
is.
goalkeeper.
He is. But I think Newcastle needs somebody who is able to come in now and was able to just go right in. Emi Martinez can do that. He's accustomed to. He's with Aston Villa. He's in that kind of, He's a
But you don't think
Newcastle
Kepa
relegation
can do it?
battle.
You don't think
No.
Kepa can do it because Kepa was the number one goalkeeper, and Kepa is not just coming back in. It's not like he's inexperienced. Kepa is coming back in with a point to prove and
That is-
desperate for that second chance.
But at a big club like Chelsea, it's a different ballgame from a relegation fight in Newcastle. It's a different type of grit and mentality you need to be able to get through that kind of stuff. That's my point I'm saying. So like, even though you're saying Kepa, yeah, but I just don't think, and even Leno and the people like that, don't have the mentality to go through relegation.
Yeah,
fights,
but so
in
then
my
watch me
opinion.
flip this then. Watch me flip this. We're comparing Chelsea to Newcastle. Look at it this way. Kepa going to Newcastle has a lot less media attention on him than at Chelsea.
I would disagree.
If you really check it out.
I would disagree because a lot of the media is focused on how Newcastle move forward and how they make their purchases and their transfers and how they spend their money. So I think a lot of light is going to be shown on Newcastle. Yeah.
Yeah, that man frequency. 10 minutes ago, the man want Josh.
No,
They
no,
want Jonathan.
we all think about Hudson Odoi trying to
No,
to Newcastle.
I
I
don't
think
think
that
I
would
don't
probably
think Chelsea let
stupid
it
on
go.
Chelsea's part.
That's the thing I was coming from. Why it was hard for me to pick a player from Chelsea because they still have these players like Loftus-Cheek and Hudson Odoi, where you say could fill a bench slot and come on to make an impact. So that's why it's difficult because you don't really see them letting go that player.
True. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's pour on Crystal Palace. I really don't think there's one here.
Crystal
Oh.
Palace.
Zaha. That's about it.
Eze. You forgot Eze plays for them?
Yeah, Eddie.
Eze and
Yeah,
Zaha.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I just go with Zaha only
Zaha
because
would go
I
for
was
money.
saying Pepe and Saint Maximum. We could also have Saint Maximum and Zaha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But then for me, I throw in Eze. I even maybe throw in what's that guy name that was supposed to get a red card against
Makata.
us? Yeah, I'm throwing because at the same time too, you need remember we're building a squad. We're not just building an 11. You
Right.
need bench players and you also need experienced players.
Hmm.
Somebody
Yeah.
like a Makata that can play that rough style football, or
Yeah, I
even
don't think.
somebody like a Townsend.
Nah, I don't like those names, Joe. Those
I
last two
hear-
names.
Hey,
I hear
But-
what you're
but-
saying, but I
but
don't think
here it. Oh, go ahead, Jamal.
they're over the hill, and I think that would be detrimental
Yeah.
to
Okay, fair
progress.
enough.
Enemy of progress, as you would call it.
Benteke?
Nah.
One of the
No.
largest enemies to progress, right there.
Look, hey, this is what I was saying too with Zaha. Every year you hear Zaha being okay. No, he's linked with this. He's linked with that. He's gonna get paid, and they are going somewhere. I think they're going somewhere much more quicker than Crystal Palace. So that's why I think it's a realistic move. Leeds.
Zaha don't,
No,
don't like the
Everton.
quick question.
Sorry?
Zaha right on the left.
I didn't hear you, Jonathan.
Zaha doesn't like to play on the left flank.
Right.
Where's the maximum play? He not play on the left.
He can play up
I get
top.
that.
He can play anyway.
Okay.
Can pretty much play anywhere in the front.
Young bad man.
If they get this, if they get front three of Zaha, Maximum and Ivan Tony, they do it. They do it. Those front three.
No,
That's what.
even without Ivan Tony, remember, don't forget they have Colin Wilson.
No man, Ivan
True.
Tony.
That's true.
I don't rate Josh King, Collins, and
Fair.
Joe, that man is bad. Yeah. Like the whole lot of making Joe. I don't like that. Right. Yeah, we move into Everton now. Jalil says he says Charleston. O'Neill is saying Luca Digne. I have Pickford and Richarlison.
Ooh.
I've got
I would-
Richarlison and DC.
I didn't hear you, Jamal.
I said I've got
Pickford?
Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin.
Man said pick
Okay.
fraud. You know why the man name? You want to pick fraud? You want the
Pickford
man
can't
name?
go
Go.
Newcastle.
Right,
Pickford
let's ditch Pickford. I just have Newcastle. I just have Richarlison there. I just have Richarlison.
I was saying either Allen or Decore, because especially I was saying no to Richarlison because he seems like you already see him getting these type of moves to like PSG wanting him. So I think there's an ego to him that he wants the big club rather than step to Newcastle.
What I
Allen
will
and
say,
Decore to me.
Decore is a good
I don't know if I
shot,
have
though,
a.
because I
This
think
is a bias.
Decore and Allen is a really good shot. To shot that midfield, that's a decent shot, to be honest.
I don't know if it's a bias, but I really think that Brazilians they love money. Anywhere the money they could go. I just have a bunch of Brazilians. And if you're Brazilian, I think you're a candidate.
Yo, facts. You see this comment? Wilson is better than Tony. That's why I said, remember, they have Colin Wilson. Because Wilson was linked to go to Chelsea before the whole thing with, all the drama that took place. Remember, Wilson was linked to go to Chelsea.
Yep.
And then the man was firing. I know he's getting back his old coach too, who knows his style of how to get the best out of him. So yeah, I don't even think they need Ivan Tony personally. And then I was actually thinking about for me for Everton, I had Alan, Digne, and oh Lord, what's his name again? I had his name right on the top of my head. Not Decore.
Position. Oh, the core. Okay.
No, not Decore. The guy. Remember that guy that had gotten injured from Sun?
Oh, Andre Gomez.
Andre
Yeah.
Gomez. All right. Okay. All right. Let's jump to Leeds.
Uh,
Jamal, yeah, you can go ahead.
I've got Rafinha for sure,
Mm-hmm.
Brazilian.
and and Phillips.
And who?
Phillips, Calvin Phillips.
Yeah,
Phillips. Ooh, I didn't remember him.
Yeah, that's what
I didn't remember him. Because I have, well, you know what? No, that I'm thinking about this name, I don't like it. So me not even to that.
Yeah, Dallas Alien.
No, I had Bamford. I had Bamford. But I don't like the name anymore.
With Phillips being the England guy he is in the England team and stuff, I feel like one of the top 6 teams is going to come for him soon to pick him up. So I feel like he wouldn't decide to go to Newcastle just yet. So I think we should hold off on Phillips yet. But it's a possibility. I think he should hold off to go to a bigger club.
But he would improve them though, right?
What?
Yeah,
Certainly.
for sure.
Certainly.
He would improve them.
Certainly.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. Okay, Leicester City.
Leicester City has a few, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, really, Leicester City has a few. Because I'm thinking Tillemans. I'm thinking Fofana. I'm thinking what's the guy name? The right back Ricardo. I'm thinking
Harvey Barnes as well.
Harvey.
Tillemans, I don't think Tillemans realistic.
Why?
Why not?
Yeah, because I think that's right now that's a step down. I think that, and for the same thing why I don't think Bissouma is realistic. I think those guys are of top 4 quality. And when Newcastle gets there, yeah, they can go there. But not now.
Yeah, but anybody is realistic if you're able to convince them of your project. So then, say 1, say 2, we can even go back.
Right.
We can even go back to Crystal Palace. I don't think any of us mentioned Edward.
Right. You see, guys. Yeah, I'm with Jaleel here. Don't you think we're showing too many French players on Newcastle?
Yeah, but all the players we just called from Leicester are all starters.
Yeah, they're all better than the entire 11 over there. At least 9 of the 11, all the players we called are better than them.
Pound for pound.
Fair enough. Guys, it's your list. Your list is Zion fans, your voice. So, it'll be a step down before the owners. That's what Julie is saying. All them man, me just can improve Newcastle.
Yeah.
So okay, it's right.
Yeah.
You think it's a low hanging fruit? That's why anybody can go there and just improve them, innit?
Yeah.
They're boss of the Premier League, right? So at this moment, yes, anybody else goes there and improve them.
Fair enough. All right, guys, let's power through the next couple. Liverpool. Keita?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think anybody's moving
No,
from
for Liverpool, right?
Unless it's a young.
You're going to have to look on.
It's going to be French players for Liverpool. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
You're going to have to look on players like Minamino and those type.
or Ox. Those are
Yeah.
the players that would
What
really.
about Tsimikas? Is he good? No. Yeah, I don't like. I don't like those names.
No, he good,
I
I think he's good for the Liverpool system.
For the backup, you don't think he's a good starting left back?
Not yet.
Okay. Man City. The only name I came up with was Ake.
Yeah, same.
I
A month ago, if you asked me the same question, I'd say Mendy as well. But
He's by Aaron Dempsey.
that's a step down for Mendy. Negative.
Zinchenko.
Nah, step down.
No,
He's not really
Boy,
getting much game time either. So
I don't think
Yeah, but
Newcastle wants
same
Zinchenko
time they
either.
too much.
Nah, Zinchenko not going there. But I was thinking of I had Ake and I had Zach Stefan.
I
Cause
thought about Stefan,
Zach
but I think he's
Stefan,
comfortable.
yeah, I think so. He just signed a new contract or whatever. But I think it's just he's a very good keeper. But I mean, how long do you want to be playing backup, especially when you're trying to be your country's number one? Also,
That's fair.
similar to an Emmy situation.
Okay. All right. And again, in the comments, when last time Brazil was playing, Julie was in the comments, and look, he's saying, boss, only the problem. Fred the pass, no what for Brazil. And he said Fred look good. So that was a sidebar there. Guys, so then let's touch on Man United. Van de Beek, Martial, Lingard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought of
yeah,
four.
those are my three as well.
Yeah, I thought of four: Van de Beek, Lingard, Marshall, and Dean Henderson.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh.
Joe, you get
Because
back some points from the last
if you,
one, they
if
boy.
you think if you think about it, right? Remember Henderson signing his contract and everything was because it looks like De Gea was on the down.
Yeah.
But no, De Gea has revived himself, and Henderson is more than likely getting frustrated right now. So, and I think Henderson walks into that goal.
I agree.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree with you,
that.
Joe.
Henderson is a good job. I think we need to remember we have to stay clear of players like Martial, because it's Newcastle we're talking about. We need players of a certain mentality that's big in football. Martial doesn't have the type of mentality to be gritting and grinding and working hard to fight a team out of relegation battle. You have to remember that. Martial not no big man around here. Come on, no. Come on. What are you joking?
All right, guys, you heard it here first. Norwich City.
Serious.
Nobody.
Anybody?
Max
Max
Aaron.
Aaron?
Nobody.
That's it for me, Max
Nah.
Aaron.
That boy not good
And-
enough, honestly.
Yeah.
They have
Cantwell?
a player that's supposed to be pretty good. Sargent. Still young.
Oh, the striker there, the
Yeah.
American.
He's
Not bad.
supposed to be pretty
Sergeant.
good. He came from
Sergeant
where?
could just round the keeper and then miss.
Bro, the other day, right? Sidebar, right? The other day I was watching. Well, I watched a few
Norwich.
Norwich City games this season, right? And I was like, bro, imagine we nearly splashed cash on that right back.
On Aaron's.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if Newcastle is just, I mean, if Norwich is just that bad right now, or if he's overrated. I don't know.
He hasn't convinced me either, Joe.
Yeah, I think when they
don't know.
first came up, there was some hype because I remember listening something and they were like, Max Owens is going to be one of the potential starting right back in future to come for England, and then they happened to get relegated, and because they just that yo-yo club, it just went down.
You know what sealed it for me with him? He went to the championship, Norwich. Everybody was fishing for Buendia. Nobody really went in for Max Aaron.
Except for us. We were the only team linked with that dude.
And and then that looked like it was what do you call it? Rumors, Joe.
Yeah, cause I was honestly right. I was so desperate to get rid of the model that we had in right back. That I was willing to take Aaron's, but I think we missed. I think we dodged the bullet.
Dodged the bullet. All right, guys. Let's sorry on Southampton. I have James Ward-Prowse.
I've got Livermento.
He signed for them permanently, or he on loan from Chelsea?
I think on loan from Chelsea still.
Okay, all right. But yeah,
I think
that's a good choice.
they ain't buy him, and I think Chelsea has a buyback clause in itself. Yeah, they have a buyback clause.
I think he's permanent.
No, he's on loan. He's on loan, I think.
Is it loan?
Ooh, okay.
No,
Oh yeah,
permanent.
no, yeah. Only this year is permanent.
Oh, okay.
Only this
all
year
right.
is permanent.
Permanent.
What do you think? David has been doing well. He's a bit rushed, but he's young, isn't it? think he's young, so we can give him a shot. But
Yep.
okay,
Yo,
Jonathan,
Alright.
I have a
What else?
suggestion. I have a
Yes, no?
suggestion. I have a
go
suggestion.
ahead.
Assistant manager for United, Hassan, so he's doing a really good job. I think he could do big things at United, you know, to be honest.
We don't care about United doing well. You
Bro,
don't hear it's people like Moya, so they want to hire.
we
Anyway,
don't suggest good managers for Manchester United.
what is
Yeah.
it? Get
And
some alibis here.
Ronaldo would have just cost me if me go and manage.
Hey, listen.
Let's go. Let's do
If me
Spurs.
if me ever get the United job, I go all over to give Chelsea the contract.
Let's go Spurs, guys.
Oh, boy.
Spurs.
Spurs.
The whole squad. Because
In
Newcastle is a
Dumbelly.
bigger club than Spurs.
In Dumbelly.
Tanganga.
for sure.
Tanganga, that's facts.
I
Deli
had
Ali.
I had no, not Dele
No
No,
way,
no.
Shaq.
No.
Stay clear.
Bergwijn.
of Dele Alli.
Oh,
Bergwijn.
yeah,
for sure.
Bergwijn. I forgot about him. So, yeah.
That's a good show.
Yeah.
Kane
so
for
me,
midfield.
Dumbelly, Tanganga, and Bergwijn.
Listen, Kane for CDM.
Yep.
Let's tell so. Okay, Watford. The only person there is Sal.
No. What that guy name again? Hold on.
Dennis?
Me try find Watford team.
If they want some YouTube recognition, they can get Foster.
That is true.
The boy love his YouTube.
That kid, Cucho Hernandez. I actually like him.
Yeah,
I actually like Cucho Hernandez. Yo, he comes on and he does what you want a winger to do, right?
I hear you.
For me,
So you think that he's quality? Do you think he's quality?
yeah, I think so.
All right. West Ham. You have one more.
David Moyes.
Would you go with Kufal?
Yeah, Kufa. It's a Diop as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Who is West Ham goalkeeper? Fabianski.
Yeah.
Right.
Flappy
That's in my
hands.
goalkeeping shout. They can
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
We already did too now. He always moving.
Yeah,
Bowen.
Ariel is still behind the second goalkeeper. You have Bowen. You have
Yeah.
whew,
Suchek, Julie saying Suchek.
You think if Newcastle offer money for Antonio, he would move? Mikel Antonio, he would do it.
No,
no,
Yeah,
I don't think so.
it's
No?
another project and he's too close to competing.
Yeah.
Let's say they fall
Yeah.
off and they don't make like top 6. You think he'd do it in the come summer?
Not next summer, maybe the summer after.
Okay, all
But
right.
then,
Yeah, okay.
because like I said, it's a project you're building there. So you could say West Ham fall off. But what if things don't click at Newcastle?
Yeah, true. So then that means that Antonio move, Jamal, would be like one of those last ditch big contracts before I drop out.
Yeah,
Okay.
when he's like sure that he can win something with them.
Okay.
Last one, guys. Wolves.
Podence.
Oh, because
Ruben
That's
Neves.
for sure.
Who's that guy?
Yeah.
Pedro Neto or something like that? That's your car?
Yeah,
Oh, he's injured, but he's a baller.
Yeah, he's a baller.
Pedro
Facts.
Neto or something. Yeah, he good.
Trincao.
Yeah, not bad shot.
Mm.
We him again. I'm gonna tell you. This in advance, this is going to be a miss. But
Adama.
no.
What position he plays?
Semedo. I was trying to remember.
Really?
No.
Honestly,
The comment.
No, I did say
The comment to
going to be
decide if they
missed.
got stuck or not from that
Joe,
player.
you better not miss again. And you went and you missed.
No, it's
So
a joke, bro. It's a joke.
It was
It's a
deliberate. man.
joke.
No,
Joe is not doing
I
it.
told you. They're coming for you now. Joe has done it again. He's the new Josh.
O'Neal, I'm trying to
I,
fill the void, bro.
I don't even know what that means. What is the new Josh? What is the Josh? I don't know what that means. Okay, Jaleel, I saw your question, but you know what? We out of time. We really over time. So we're gonna leave Jaleel's question for Monday, guys, and we're gonna come back and we can get some topics around this question. He was asking is Marquinhos an elite defender? Leave your responses. Leave your responses for Monday, and we'll come back and we talk about that. All misses.
Elite would be world class, right?
Yeah,
Has to be.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. We kind of had that discussion a while back, and
Yeah, like
more didn't like it too much.
3 shows ago. Yeah, when we were
Yeah,
talking about yes, yeah, we did.
right. So we leave it. We can probably talk about some defenders on Monday and see how it goes. Like you can rank some of them and so get some names. Throw some names
O'Neal,
out. All right, let me see what.
the miss was intentional, O'Neal. I was out here doing my Ben Simmons jump shot impression.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Okay. All right, guys. Good show. Good show again, guys. Thank you, Jamal. Thank you, Maury, who has left us. Thank you, APP, out for Joshua. Hashtag concern. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan, you need to come back. You need to come back, especially when Munchie's here, so we can get some fire, we can get some bantering going. All right, guys. It was good chatting with you for the past hour or so, guys. Thank you. And everybody, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll come back again on Monday with some more content for you. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.